Alright guys, I figured I'd show you a little video on this. I just did one the other day, kind of a little quick review of this thing, 2022 Bronco that we'd had for 2 or 3 years here, and what it had been performing okay, everything had been good, and then my main video was really about that 74 behind it over there. Well, a day later, after I did that video, you can kind of maybe see by that back window a little bit. But as we move around to this side, she is no more. In other words, Copart will be coming to pick up this car today. It is totaled. It got hit by a Jeep at the end of my driveway when I stopped and got out and checked on the garbage can. And when it did that, of course, popped all the airbags. Can't open this door because that C-pillar's destroyed. And it popped every airbag in it. And there, yep. Except for the front ones, just all the side curtains and then the one on the seats. So yeah, so they didn't even have to come look at it. They just said Copart will be here to pick it up. And it's no longer a viable vehicle. It'll be sold for parts or auctioned off as a wrecked salvage title car. I was able to drive it back down about 1/8 of a mile back to the house, and it did start squeaking a little bit on this rear wheel, so it's tweaked. But the Jeep come along and hit it in this area. The Jeep bumper hit about here because it bounced up after it hit a culvert. And I wasn't even in the car. The dog was in the car. It got spun sideways, and all the airbags deployed. The dog wasn't hurt, but he went for a little bit of a ride. But yeah, I was literally out of the car, picking up a piece of trash that had fell out of the garbage can when the guy dumped it, and repositioning the can, and I felt a little swish behind me, and boom, and the person come in behind me in my driveway at the end of the road, and caught the end of this and knocked it sideways and went off into the neighbor's yard. And she'd been off the road for probably 75 feet before she hit it. I don't know if she fell asleep. There wasn't any skid marks, and it was wet grass, but it was a long enough distance. I don't think she was going super fast. When she hit, she was still doing about 20. I think she might have fell asleep and then woke up not very long before she hit this. But it racked the side of it, popped out this back window. If you open the door right now, it'd probably break that window because it's in a bind. It racked the roofing. You can kind of see the elevated piece here, pushed everything sideways and pushed the door into the hinges here, and then shifted everything over on this side. You can kind of see it, and it kind of racked the thing sideways, and it slid it sideways probably 10 or 15 feet. It knocked it right out of the way. And then after she moved on and parked, she was probably 20, 30 feet past it before she completely stopped. And she had a dog with her as well, a black lab, like our lab. And of course I took the remaining remnants of the fender and all that. But yeah, so this is considered a totaled car now. It's gone. It'll go to the junkyard today, and that'll be the end of its life, or it'll be resurrected by somebody who wants to buy it and try to repair it. The hardest part, these fenders bolt off, of course, this piece bolts off. The hardest part to fix would be right in here, this pillar. Those usually total it. And then the airbags. So the airbags on this aren't too expensive. It probably really, surprisingly, that both side curtain airbags, you can get them off eBay for $160 a piece. So, and then you'd have to redo the seats. So you'd probably have $1,000 in airbags time you got through with labor and everything if you had somebody redo the seats. But otherwise, you probably get away with it for $500. Now this is probably, it's a 22, so residual on this car, if it's in pristine condition with 24,000 miles, is about 44,000. And but with it wrecked now, it's probably a $25,000 car for parts, because good engine, good running gear. It's a Wildtrack, and so it has everything on it: the dash, the fenders, the front end, the hood, even that passenger door is probably still good. A lot of these tops are probably still good. The mirrors, all that stuff unbolts, because that's the way these Fords do. You can unbolt these things very easily. Even that mirror in there is worth money. and the, you know, those type of things. The front grille, the front bumpers, these wheels are all good. That back wheel's never even been used. So yeah, there's a lot of good parts here. It's a good motor and everything. And then of course on this side you got a good fender because it wasn't hurt. Good back window, good, that top's probably still okay. And these fender flares and stuff like this. These doors all come off with just 2 bolts, so you can bolt them off and bolt them right on another car. There's fenders, hood. That motor, it's kind of sucks because when you pop the hood or look underneath this, because it's never been off-roaded, it's all looks like brand new. It looks like it just came off the showroom floor, especially under the hood. It's spotless. So yeah, it's kind of weird because to me it's still a really nice car, but to the insurance company, because her insurance will pay for it, State Farm, they were pretty good to deal with so far. But to me, it's still something that you seem like you could bring back to life, but it's just weird because this will go into the either the parts bin for somebody to buy it for parts, or it'll go on an auction block for somebody to buy it for parts, or somebody maybe to resurrect it and put a salvage title on it, which some people do if they got a. These tend to be, it is kind of a body frame type of setup with a little bit of unibody type, and you can kind of see where that tire got pushed over into that frame piece. But if that frame's tweaked, the frame still might be okay. It might have absorbed enough so you could pull out that piece right there. But there is a, I don't know if you guys could see it in the window, you see the shiny, there is an exoskeleton roll cage type thing in there, and it was pushed over against that. So yeah, I just figured I'd do a little quick video on it, just as addition to the video I just did the other day on this beast where I got the motor in it and stuff. And I don't know, she's talking about a Raptor. I don't know if we'll get a Bronco Raptor or what we'll end up with. I don't know what other car we'll get to replace this. That's still yet to be determined. She still likes Broncos, so if she wants a Bronco, we'll maybe get another one of them, or I don't know what she wants. But anyways, all right, you guys, figured might find that a little interesting, a little bit of adventure. If she'd have been about 4 or 5 feet down the hill more, she would have got me, and that would have been it for me. It would have crushed me in between the cars. So I was standing probably about where that column in between the garage doors are. I was standing right in about that area, faced the other way after I'd repositioned the garbage can, and I was getting ready to walk back around the front of the vehicle and get back in the vehicle. So I could have either been getting back in, I could have been standing beside it getting ready to get in, or I could have been down there in front of it and she could have adjusted. If she'd have gone lower beside the vehicle, in this area is a culvert, and that might have trajected her up into this vehicle, and that might have killed Rip and took the top off the vehicle and put the vehicle in this area here when it hit, and it might have killed him, and then that would have been bad because it's like a child. And then if it hit the front, it'd have been, you know, a more costly damage, but it still would have, the car still totaled anyway. But then if it went a little bit farther down, it would have killed me. So, because I didn't even know it was happening until I felt that little whoosh behind me, and then heard that big thud crash, and then turned around and I went, huh, just like that. I said, well, I'll be darned. And then I asked her if she was okay, and she was stunned. Her airbags went off. She hit me with a 2021 Jeep Rubicon, and a nice Jeep. It didn't really do a ton of damage. It bent the bumper and hurt the fender a little bit, but it didn't do a ton of damage to it. It just kind of the way it hit the bumper kind of took the damage, because you see the bumper was that high. It was kind of right across there above the tire, and then it knocked it out of the way, and the ground was wet, so that probably helped it slide a little bit. But yeah, and it lifted the car up, which took the weight off the rear wheels and let it slide around. So it slowed her vehicle, absorbed the impact, and then made it less of a impact for her. It did pop her airbag on her steering, so she did get woke up, a little 22-year-old girl. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what she was thinking, but it was a really freak accident to be literally parked at the end of your driveway and have somebody drive across your neighbor's lawn and hit your car in the back end right behind you. So it's weird, but all right. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.